Just us.
Just us.
From soaring highs to crushing lows as the Warriors take their first loss of the season, weren't able to make it 3 games in a row, unfortunately, as the Portland Trailblazers blew out the Warriors.
By 20 points.
By 20 points, which was upsetting to watch, but not entirely unexpected.
Yeah. This was the third game in 4 nights for the Warriors. It's what we call a trap game.
Yeah, scheduled loss.
A scheduled loss.
Yeah, trap game being the better team being taken out by the less likely to win team due to circumstances.
Yeah.
Those circumstances being
that the Warriors played an overtime game last night.
And then got on a plane and then woke up and had to go. So yeah, it showed, the fatigue showed in pretty much every part of the game.
Particularly turnovers.
Turnovers were super high. There were very, very uncharacteristic moments, like Draymond at one point just threw the ball straight into the stands, and it wasn't even clear who he was throwing it to. And then Steph, a few turnovers. Steph started off explosive, right?
He did. He was on a roll in the first quarter. He had, I think it was 16 points in the first quarter alone. He had 4 3-pointers during that time. So he had a hot start, but then it feels like that momentum in the second quarter fully transferred over to the Blazers.
Yeah. So,
they started hitting a bunch of threes.
Yeah, they were like shooting 50-something% threes, which is not, most teams aren't going to do that every night. A little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, a little bit of playing strategically, knowing that the Warriors are tired. And I think that was the key to the victory for them. They have a very young team. They had fresh legs. And the strategy for them was to just keep moving and tire out the already tired Warriors players.
They were very fast.
Yeah.
They just ran up and down the court nonstop.
Yeah, Denny Avdia was the main culprit of this high-speed game. He just got a runway each time, and even when players were in the pathway, he could just bulldoze through them. He was pretty much unstoppable the entire game.
Yeah.
Sad times. But it was a return game for Moses Moody. Didn't really show off much. It feels like he came in with the purpose of not winning and showing off what he can do, more like a warm-up game for him almost. Pods wasn't great. Pods has been very uncharacteristically flaky. Jimmy was good. Draymond was good. Steph was great. And the team was just kind of not there.
Yeah, pretty much the starters, for the most part, were in double digits in scoring, except Quinton Post. Well, Quinton Post got the start.
Yes.
Which I think was a bit of a surprise, but I think we know why. I think we needed some height in the starting lineup because the Blazers' center is 7'3". Yes. Very tall dude.
And Al Horford wasn't playing.
Exactly, because Al Horford doesn't play on back-to-backs.
Yes. So that was, Quinton came in, I think he maybe got 1 3, and he did do some decent blocks. I think the standout player once again was Kuminga. He was very, very aggressive when he needed to be. Made some very smart passes. For the first time since the season started, we had some of that explosive dunking from him. There were some dunks that were so aggressive and so quick that I couldn't even tell if it had gone in.
Yeah, it looked like in volleyball, it's a spike. So like he spiked the ball into the net so hard with so much force.
Yeah.
It was hard to tell if it went in or not.
Yeah, so I was watching and I was like, because he forced it through and it went with such force and speed that you saw him go up with the ball and then the ball was just bouncing away.
Yeah, the net didn't move.
Yeah.
So it was hard to tell.
And I remember I turned to you, I was like, did that go in or no?
Yeah. So much athleticism from him. And he really he's developed a nose for the ball, they call it, where he knows where it's going to be.
Yes.
His rebounding has really improved
Super good.
during the off season.
There was a lot of good rebounding. I think TJD did some decent rebounding. He unfortunately missed some very open layups. The interesting thing about those missed layups was he was moving faster than I've ever seen him move. And I think you can chalk that up to him losing some weight. He's a lot more slim this season. But it seems like he's not fully in control of that speed yet.
He doesn't look like he's in control of his body sometimes.
Yes.
When he's like running up and down the court.
He's a lumbering kind of, I mean that in the most
polite
way. He is a lumber in the same way that kind of Shaq was, but obviously not to the degree that Shaq was. And Shaq had way more balance to him. It feels like TJD sometimes looks and feels top heavy, where he's struggling to maintain his balance. He was still great, I think. Well, I wouldn't say great. I still think that he showed off that he has a place and a purpose on the team, but he did miss some very easy layups. And occasionally there were some rebounds that I thought he should have got, which he didn't, which was unfortunate.
Yeah. So basically, as we were entering halftime, the Warriors were down by 13. And at that point, they had 11 turnovers.
Yeah.
So really the message to the team was, take care of the ball, right? And try to maintain some kind of force on offense. Turnovers just kind of killed the momentum, and the Warriors totally got outplayed in the third quarter. So that deficit continued to balloon, and very quickly after the fourth quarter started, I think the
stars came on.
Yeah, Steve Kerr tried to give the starters a chance
because we were still within
back.
striking distance. It was like 10 or 11 points, which is very doable when you have
I think
Steph
it was more
Curry.
than that.
I mean, it was enough to put the starters on and have Steph and give them a chance. And I did because I remember the fourth quarter started, and I thought there's a chance that they could come back here. But then it led to multiple turnovers, including some from Steph. There were a couple moments where Steph felt like he got fouled and didn't get the call. Once those happened, it was pretty clear that they were making tired mistakes, and it wasn't likely that they would be able to recover, especially with the Trailblazers still running up and down full speed, energy at full capacity.
Yeah, so Steve Kerr made the strategic decision to pull out the starters and put in the bench players for garbage time. So garbage time started pretty early in the fourth quarter. It was maybe 8 minutes in.
Yes.
Or with 8 minutes left, garbage time started. So overall, we lost. I think it was like 139 to 119, so by 20 points. I think the good news is we beat the Lakers. We beat the Nuggets. Those were the games to win.
Yes.
Get the starters some rest so that we're ready for the back-to-back that's coming up next week on Monday and Tuesday versus the Grizzlies and the Clippers.
Yes. This
game is just a wash. It's,
it was
move
expected.
on from it.
Yeah, I think the thing, I do get very annoyed when we lose, even when I know we're probably going to lose. But I was comforted somewhat by going online on Instagram, where every comment usually is, why are we so bad, etc., etc. And pretty much every comment under like a Warriors post was, this is fine. We all expected this. What do you expect after playing the Denver Nuggets and then playing the Denver Nuggets as they were playing with Gordon and Jokic and it going into overtime? This is pretty much, like you said, a wash. So I was comforted by the fact that the very, very, very aggressive and incendiary fan base was also holding their hands up and saying, this is not a surprise. So they're going to get some rest. I think hopefully they'll come back strong. The Grizzlies lost today by a significant margin. So hopefully we can repeat that next week and do the same to them and continue with this streak.
Yeah, and at least our back-to-back next week is at home. So they'll get some rest, much needed rest at home. The season typically doesn't start with 3 games in the first 4 days. So, it's a scheduling issue, I think.
It's a consistent issue with the NBA, it seems. And it seems to hurt certain teams more than others. Last season, we had an absurd amount of back-to-backs. And we've begun this season with more back-to-backs. My hope is as we get further in, because we've already done so many back-to-backs, they'll ease off. But I suspect that isn't going to be the case. I suspect we'll be doing way more back-to-backs because I think it comes down to one, scheduling, two, also the Warriors are a pretty big draw in terms of viewership. So you want them playing as much as you can, basically, and giving the opportunity for the NBA games to get a good viewership. So they'll be the sacrificial lambs for their ratings, I guess. But still very high on this team. Very, very excited about what could happen. Have heard multiple analysts talk about how the Warriors may be actually in contention potentially for the championship, which would be incredible. Still keeping cool, not allowing myself to believe just yet. But we've got a good season coming, I think.
I think so too. For you viewers listening, sorry we
you
sound
viewers
so
listening.
yeah. The viewers aren't. How should I phrase that?
That is where Shazia's mind is at. She was like,
I'm
to those
so
people looking,
I'm so
listen.
tired right now.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell if you listen to our last podcast versus this podcast, we sound very sad.
Yeah.
Because we are sad. Every time the Warriors lose, it's going to be like a really sad rest of the evening for us.
I've yawned 4 times.
You have yawned. You're yawning a lot. I hope
Yeah,
it's not
it's
being
time.
picked up on the audio.
It won't be.
Okay.
If it is, it's just, a little bit of Foley. ASMR for everyone listening.
For all the viewers out there listening.
Yeah, for all the viewers listening. We are bummed out, but also we're very tired. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
imagine if we're this tired.
Imagine how they feel.
Watching a back-to-back game.
Yeah.
Imagine how tired they are right now.
True. Very, very true.
Okay, we should do an ice bath or something, or like
I need to get into that hyperbaric chamber that LeBron has.
Yeah.
And have my body smothered in oxygen. But yeah, we'll see you again on Monday. We hopefully will have a full episode coming this weekend, which will be less focused on the individual games and a little more about some of the other stuff that's been happening in the NBA, some of the culture stuff. We'll talk about Shazia going to the game, the opener, and what that experience was like with the win against the Nuggets. We'll talk about some of the interesting drama that's been happening in the league, particularly the FBI, the gambling fiasco. And there'll be some other little bits and pieces. So please do come back for that. And we will see you again very soon. But remember to like, subscribe. Please leave a comment if you can. It really, really helps. Please leave a review if you can, whether you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Reviewing helps massively. Even if you're not on one of those platforms, just see if you have it installed, just go over, write a quick review, rate it 5 stars. Tell some friends to do the same, and it would help us massively. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Just us on 3. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Just us. So you know how when we say 1, 2, 3, I should you don't have to also say 1, 2, 3.
But I want to say it.
Yeah, but when Steph does it, he's the one that leads it. Like the just us on 3, 1, 2, 3, and then everyone says just us.
I'm leaving this in. I'm leaving this in so that people can see how much you bully me.
I'm not bullying. I'm providing constructive feedback. Oh my god. I didn't